My name is Jim Bankson and I am on the boat operations team. We're driving a 25-foot RBS, rescue boat small, RBS. This was the original boat that was awarded to the Coast Guard, and it's kind of how safe boats got their start. Built about 700 of these for the U.S. Coast Guard. Had a rescue call come into the Chetco River Coast Guard Station back in 2003, and we had one gentleman on board a 30-foot sailing boat about 15 miles off the coast of Oregon, southern Oregon, and he was going into diabetic shock. Winds were blowing about 30 to 35 knots with seas 15 feet. The rescue helicopter was going to drop a rescue swimmer down under the sailboat. They were unable to do that. Danger of getting the rescue swimmer tangled up in the swaying mast. So I launched a second lifeboat out of my SARDET station out of Rogue River, ended up with 2 of our 47-footers on scene and the helicopter, and they were unable to get anybody on board to help this gentleman due to the sea conditions, and everybody on scene out there thought it was too dangerous to try to transfer personnel. We had the 23-foot utility boat at my unit. I was monitoring all things that were going on scene at my radio comms room, and we came up with the idea. I figured I could take the 23-foot utility boat out with a loaner EMT from the local hospital go with me. And due to the safe boat's smaller size and incredible maneuverability, plus its seaworthiness, it was able to take those kind of seas and wind. I was able to maneuver my boat alongside, the safe boat alongside the sailboat, just for a brief instant to drop off the EMT and one of my crewmen who were able to get on board that sailboat and administer first aid to the gentleman in distress. And they were also able to help out the bigger motor lifeboats on scene, attach a tow line to the sailboat, where they in turn were able to tow him back in to Brookings, Oregon, where we were able to get him safely moored up to the dock, ambulance awaiting, and the gentleman got himself off to the hospital and made a full recovery. So the safe boat was definitely the factor that night. It was the actual saving factor due to its maneuverability, its smaller size, its durability and toughness to be able to, handle those kind of seas. Well, I continue to work with safe boats because it keeps me involved in boating operations, which I love. It keeps me involved with the Coast Guard and the military because we build a lot of boats for, military, Coast Guard, the Marines, Navy, Air Force, and there's really nothing I would prefer to do than help out the young men and women of the United States who protect our country. And Safe Boats does it very well.